video tutorial on how to use our bow maker that we got in Stamp Club this month. So essentially all it is your piece of wood with your 2 little bits of dowel. Now I will quickly show you how to make a bow, and then hopefully the instructions that I've given you for the first time I make it, you can just stop and rewind and go slow until you get the technique down pat, and then I'll show you all sorts of different variations with it. So essentially I'm just going to use a piece of the satin ribbon that we have. The easiest bow to tie is one where the pegs are one notch apart from each other. Now I'm right-handed, so I'm going to show you how I tie a bow, and it's predominantly a right-handed method. So if you're left-handed, you can switch it around and do it with your left hand. But essentially I just hold a piece of the ribbon in my left hand as the anchor point. I take the right hand piece of ribbon around the back of the 2 pegs. I bring it to the front and cross it over that left-handed, that left anchor piece that I have. Now I have swapped hands, only because it is easier then to take it in your left hand, and I just hold that cross. See how it's crossed over? I just hold that cross with my thumb. Take my ribbon, put it underneath all the way to the back of the ribbon, that back piece there, bring it over the top. Now you'll see that this is the only length of ribbon that's doing any of the work. This other piece, this anchor piece, hasn't done anything, so I work with the one piece. When I bring it back to the front, I do swap hands again, and I put this top piece back in my right hand. And then what I do is I just kind of go over that anchor piece again and come up between the bottom anchor and that top piece that I've just created. So sort of just loop it underneath and then back up through the top. Now the anchor piece again doesn't move, so I get the piece that I'm moving in my right hand. I hold my anchor piece tight, and then with my right hand, because I'm tying a right-handed bow, it's the only piece I pull, and I pull that piece off to the right, and you can start to see that it's starting to form a little knot in the centre of those 2 pieces of dowel. Now I'll quickly flip it around and show you what we've got at the front. So at the front, that's our bow with our centrepiece, and I'll flip it back. So essentially the only piece that's moved is this right-hand piece, and then I just keep pulling till I'm happy that it's nice and tight. Slip it off my bow maker, and then I have got what I think is one of the most neatest little bows to put on the front of your card. You can wrap it around the edges of your cardstock, and you've got a gorgeous bow tied perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of other bows just really quickly, but all using the same method and procedure. So to tie your smallest bows, the smaller you put your pegs together, the smaller your bow is going to be, obviously. Now I'm just going to cut a little piece of the smallest grosgrain ribbon that we have. Same procedure as before. And I'm just going to tie a nice little bow. And it takes a little bit of practice, but not too much, I don't think. And it actually is quite quick to tie your bows once you get the knack of how to do it. The little bow is quite easy because the knot obviously goes right in the centre of the pegs, and you don't have much other room for it to go. Now the only trick with this one is because my pieces of dowel are quite wide, your knot's a bit loose. So all I do is I tie it as tight as I can on my dowel, then I slide it off like I did before, and you'll see that knot in the middle is a bit large, so I just give it one tight pull when it's off. And again, only pulling that ribbon that I've been working with the whole entire time. Now if you do it and your loops are a little bit uneven and you're not entirely happy, you can pull this front little section here to even up your bows. The back section, you can pull on it as much as you like and your bow is not going to untie, okay? But you can manoeuvre your little front pieces to make sure you've got a nice even little bow. So that's your little tiny one with your grosgrain ribbon, which I think is really super sweet. And you can do all of your other types of ribbon that Stampin' Up has. Now again, I'll make a nice big one. And it is easier to tie your bigger bows, wider ribbon on the bigger setting. It just makes it a lot easier. And you can see how quick and simple those bows are. Now, I've been showing you with the ribbon twisted out to the side to wrap around your card front. There's nothing to say. Oh, now I'm being fussy, guys. Sorry. There's nothing to say that you can't tie your bows, and then once you've tied them, trim your little corners so that you've got some really sweet little angles on your bow, and then put them on the front of your cards. Gorgeous! Okay, so a bit wider ribbon. I'll show you some of this really super wide stuff I've got. It's a Stampin' Up one, but it's retired now. But this, you can make, you know, huge bows. Now, I don't know if I've tried one this large, but let's give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? Same procedure as before. Hang on, let me get some ribbon into the here, guys. All right. Probably got more ribbon here than I actually need, but same procedure as before. Doesn't matter how long or how wide your ribbon is. Crossing that one over, taking this to the back. This all looks a bit strange, but essentially the same as before. Crossing that over, round and through, and only working with that one. Now you can see that knot is not quite in the centre, so I'm just going to jimmy it till I'm a little bit happier with the centre. Pop him off, and then you've got a big giant bow that you can stick on a package, and if you want to put that on a package and then tie the rest of it round, lovely. Last thing I want to show you quickly, guys, is a double bow. So I'm just going to use a little bit of a wider piece of ribbon here, and I'm going to make a double bow. So double bow is exactly the same as the single bow, except instead of starting and crossing straight over, you take your ribbon around the back to form 2 loops around your ribbon bow tire. Crikey's got brain freeze. Do you know what I mean? So wrap your ribbon around your bow maker twice instead of just the once, and then the procedure's exactly the same. Up through the back, down through the front, pull it through, and again only pull that one side, that one working side, okay? Till you're happy, give it a keep pulling it down till you're happy. Slide that off, and then voila, you have a little double bow. And I think that's just so super sweet. You will master your bow maker in no time, guys. So we'll use it on and off through Stamp Club this month. Really simple. Have fun with it and keep watching the video, and hopefully with a little bit of practice you'll get your bows perfect every time. All right, thanks guys.